Hello, welcome back to the second video for the OTISS District Cohort 2 kickoff. This is Kristen Perez-Rickles, SPDIG Behavioral Specialist.
And this is Beth Ann Langlois, Project Coordinator for the SPDIG.
Right now we are going to talk about the OTISS support structure for district implementation.
The purpose of the OTISS framework. The goal of the OTISS framework is to support a district to increase their capacity for implementing the blended OTISS framework. OTISS is designed to provide resources, training, and coaching to both districts and sites in order to improve student outcomes. First, there will be direct coaching support. Direct coaching support will consist of 5 steps designed to collaboratively identify areas of need, establish goals related to those needs, develop action plans targeting prioritized areas of needs, develop an evaluation and evaluation plan to assist in evaluating success of the action plan, provide technical assistance with implementation, evaluation, modification of the action plans.
Step 1 is system evaluation. You will identify the areas of need using the OTISS District Capacity Assessment and OTISS Fidelity Assessments at the site level. These assessments are designed to identify general areas of strength and weakness regarding the implementation of OTISS. They are organized by those 8 core components from video 1. This will result in a list of targeted areas of need, and the list will become the foundation of the prioritized areas of need developed for the district or the site. You will identify areas of weakness to be addressed based upon those 5 key areas assessed in the OTISS Fidelity Assessment. So that'll go back to the 8 core components. Wherever those areas of weakness are, you will work on goals to strengthen those areas in order to strengthen your system as a whole.
Step 2 is goal establishment and prioritization. So the district or site teams will determine goals for improving each area of need based on the results from either their district capacity assessment or their fidelity site assessment. These goals will consist of performance indices, which will then, if accomplished, will indicate an area of proficiency as opposed to areas of need. Goals served as core components of the action plan to be developed later. Goals will be established that are action-oriented, clear on who, what, where, or by when, and are related directly to the problem. Goal 2, again, each identified area of need will be accomplished by a corresponding SMART goal. Goals will be created through collaborative efforts between the OTISS team, the external coach, administrators, and any key OTISS personnel. Once the goals are established as a prioritized list, there will be created to guide the future action plans. When developing the prioritized list, the team will be guided by 3 aspects of system train: breadth and width of impact, efficient use of resources, and likelihood of success.
Step 3 is the development of your action plans. District or site OTISS team members will collaboratively decide upon the number of goals selected for action plan development. You will have your prioritized list of needs and weaknesses in which to work on, and as a team, you will determine the reasonable number of goals to be achieved within a school year. Action plans will consist of the overarching goal to be addressed, a detailed plan for achieving that goal, including steps of the plan, the action to be taken, and who will be responsible for that action, timeline for completion, and evidence of that completion. Action plans are developed using this tool with your district level system coach or your site level system coach.
So in step 4, you're going to develop an evaluation plan. This is to determine the extent to which the goals that you have targeted are achieved, and it is both formative and summative data that will be collected. Formative assessment data will look like a combination of the action for the step and the timeline for that same step. Progress will be continually monitored to ensure later success. Summative assessment data will be upon completion of the timeline for all steps, and the extent to which the primary goal for the action plan has been obtained will be examined.
Step 5 is the implementation, evaluation, and modification of the action plan. Upon completion of steps 1 through 4, the external coach, either at the district level or system level, will assist site-based personnel with the implementation of the action plan by providing guidance, resource identification, training, and feedback regarding the achievement of steps within the action plan. The external coach will solicit assistance from the SPDIG leadership team, including those external consultants, to support the achievement of their action plan.
So external system coaches. As previously stated, the site-based external system coaches will support each individual OTISS site in the implementation starting in year 2. These external system coaches will work closely with the SPDIG personnel and the university supervisor to provide effective support. External system coaches, they are doctoral candidates in the School of Psychology at OSU, and they have received extensive training and have experience in a number of different things, including response to intervention, positive behavioral intervention supports, instructional methodologies, academic and behavioral database systems, coaching, system-level consultation, individual consultation, and communities of practice. These young men and women have a lot of content knowledge as well, so they're wonderful external system coaches to come into each individual school site.
Next, we will discuss the academic supports available through OTISS.
Hi, this is Jessica Oakes, the academic instructional specialist for the SPDIG. Again, we reviewed that in video 1, the tiered levels of intervention, but we'll go through that real quickly again. That tier 1 is that core instruction for all students. That's your district-based curriculum or programs. Tier 2 is the strategic instruction for some students. After you've done your universal screening and you have that data to make those decisions, these are the students that may need a little bit more support to reach grade level expectations. And then tier 3, the intensive instruction for a few students. These are the students who have had tier 1 and also tier 2 and still are struggling to meet the grade level expectations. I just want to talk a little bit about the alignment. Again, if you work in an elementary school, you're familiar with RSA at K through 3. RSA uses the same framework that we use in OTISS. It is aligned exactly. Tier 1, you're giving all of your students that base curriculum in that 90-minute uninterrupted reading block. Your tier 2 are those students that after you've done your screening and you've performed the diagnostic, you can pull those small groups and provide the ongoing progress monitoring of interventions. And then tier 3, all of those students who are not making that growth that we need in tier 1 and tier 2. Again, RTI, MTSS, PLC, if all of those things are being done correctly and with fidelity, they are the same thing as OTISS. I know we all are hearing a lot about ESSA lately. I just wanted to point out that in ESSA, school-wide tiered model is a strategy to support students. Our academic focus, the alignment for targeted assistance schools, while we know that targeted schools have not been designated yet, just wanted to point out that if you are on a targeted list, that this would align with one of your improvement strategies. So according to ESSA, schools designated as targeted assistance schools must serve children using methods and instructional strategies that may include a school-wide tiered model to prevent and address academic issues. So some of the resources that you get with academic is that we have access to an outside consultant. We also have the partnerships within the agency to support other academic areas. We support you through professional learning, instructional coaching, and also planning professional learning for your district and your site.
There are also behavioral supports provided through SPDIG when implementing OTISS. Again, I am Kristen Perez-Rickles. I am the SPDIG behavior specialist. I work collaboratively with our external consultant, Dr. Mary Ann Shepard from Oklahoma Pediatric Therapy Center. Dr. Shepard is has her PhD in school psychology and also a board-certified behavior analyst, and she works collaboratively with SPDIG personnel and with schools in order to identify and provide support regarding behavior. So through SPDIG support, schools will have greater capacity to utilize the OTISS model to identify and manage student behavior to reduce the use of exclusionary practices and increase effective instructional time for all students. The consultant and system coaches can assist districts and sites in implementing school-wide behavioral programs and expectations, collecting school-wide behavioral data for screening purposes, and intervening for behavioral difficulties. You also have access to a district-level system coach, Dr. Gary Duhan, who provides direct services to districts to develop system policies for behavioral screening, monitoring, and intervention. In addition, your site-level system coach, an OSU doctoral candidate, provides direct services to sites to implement those district policies and work with site administration and staff to identify any barriers, needed training, and appropriate processes for implementation. In addition to being PhD candidates in school psychology, the OSU doctoral system-level coaches are also going through the Applied Behavior Analysis course sequence and can provide additional support in specific interventions for behavioral difficulties. Again, we also have Dr. Mary Ann Shepard, who collaborates with the SPDIG staff and myself to provide any necessary supports on the topic of behavior. We also work collaboratively with the Oklahoma Parent Center to develop a parent toolkit and parental trainings for behavioral management to all of our supported sites. This concludes the second section of the OTISS District 2 cohort kickoff.